So what's going on, guys? We're taking a look at Transformers Universe Voyager class blaster. Yeah, I kind of realized it when I pulled them out of the box that I just reviewed Blaster, and I was like, well, I want to do a different line because I did 2 studio series back to back, which I usually don't do the same lines back to back, but I've never done the same character back to back, and I guess I might as well because this is a more intriguing one. Whereas the last blaster, G1 accurate, this guy is just a repaint of Cybertron's Soundwave. That's all he is. He's not a unique figure at all from the Soundwave. He is quite literally that same figure, but in red, yellow, and gray. That's it. And yes, he does look identical to the color scheme of the blaster we just reviewed, with the gray legs, the red, and the yellow. There is a lot of differences, though, because yes, this is very much Soundwave, not Blaster. Painting on Blaster colors was more of just a reference to Blaster, but this is just Soundwave. It is just a Soundwave in Blaster colors. And this figure has a few flaws, and one of which I hate, which is this thing right here. We'll get to that. We'll get to it. Other than that, this guy comes with 3 accessories, 2 of which are visible right now, and the 3rd of which is with his gimmick. So, first of accessories is the shoulder cannon here, which is the minigun. It can rotate and everything. It's not really, it doesn't really do anything. It really doesn't. It just kind of goes on his shoulder to be a shoulder cannon. His other weapon is just his generic double-barreled gun, the long barrel and the short barrel. I don't know what either barrel's used for, but clearly there's some kind of difference between them. It also has a little sight and a blue stock, which is very hexagonal, just like that gun, which we'll get to, because this guy loves hexagons, for some reason. Well, that, I mean, he does look nice until you turn him around and you realize he has half of his alt mode on his back, and I mean half of it. That is the majority of it, not even half. It's like 75% right there on his back. Yeah, it's just kind of there, and it doesn't look too bad from the front, but it's just kind of a massive wingspan that's not even going to be able to be captured mostly on camera. As you can see, that's as far back as it goes. Head sculpt wise, I'll try to get it in there. And there it is. He does have light piping. Nice blue light piping. You can't really see it. There it is. Nice blue light pipes. Looks good. Looks nice. Now, there it goes. Might as well count that as a 4th accessory, honestly. And this is my least favorite part of the figure before we get to the side panel. This piece, the cockpit of the alt mode. It falls off. It is stupid how much it falls off. It's always done it, and it's never not done that. In fact, there was a point in my life where I had this figure, and I didn't have this piece because it had fallen off and was in a severed box from the rest of them. And I just didn't care enough. Because if you want the truth, the figure works better without that piece. It does. This guy has one issue with his arms, which are these massive kibble chunks that they just gave him on the arms, which are both the cockpit sections for the alt mode. And this section is on a friction peg. Yes, I said a friction peg. Not a pin. Clearly, because it falls off. Yeah. It's always been on a friction peg. I don't know why they didn't bother to pin it. They should have. I don't know why they didn't. It's a stupid design decision, and that's all I have to say. Other than that, let's look at his awesome Planet Key gimmick. So the slot is in his back here. Pretty easy. You've seen this key before a few times, if I'm not mistaken. And if you just push that in, it should go in. Come on now. There it goes. His chest will open, because he's a Soundwave. Or a blaster, in this case. And you get a little laser beak. Now, I don't know what this one's exactly called. I always just called it Sunder for some reason. I don't know why, but I did. And he turns into a little bird. And the little bird can mount on him in many places, including his arm here. There is a peg hole on the side, and if you move him around enough, you can find a way to get him to peg on. There is a way. As you can see, you can just peg it onto his arm, which is nice. I don't know why this is still open. The Planet Key is pretty solid in there, so you can just kind of move it out of the way. It's still closed. Yeah, I mean, it looks nice. He does not stand, as you can see. the bird can also perch up on his wing. There's a peg back there, which if I push him back enough, you can see. Oh, there he goes. Another thing this figure struggles with is the stability, because for the transformation, his leg goes like that. And it's not very good. That is all of his accessories, and as you've seen, this guy's also a he's a hexagonal shape. Hexagonal shape? So he has a lot of hexagons. I don't know why this guy loves hexagons, but I don't know why Hasbro thought, you know what, for Soundwave, hexagons. Now that's what we need. But they did. And now we have this guy who's just really mid. Really mid so far. And he's only going to get worse. The articulation is not very good. Ball joint in the head. Forward at the arm. Outward at the arm. There's no back. There's no going back. There's a giant wing in the way and it doesn't move. An elbow. A swivel. Try not to... Forward. No back. Once again. Knee joint, which I'm not going to do because... yeah, that does not like to move. They don't like to move. And that's part of the transformation. That's a yikes. If you want to count that as a tilt, you can, but I don't, because it goes the wrong way. So that's his robot mode, which is a mess. It is a genuine mess. It is not that good. So let's get into the transformations. First thing I'm going to do for the transformation, though, is put his weapons into their storage forms, because, yes, they have a storage form. Fold them in like that for the shoulder cannon. For this one, fold in the handle, flip in the barrels in 2 different directions, and then flip it into the stock, and then you have that. So there's just 2 accessories dealt with. So let's get to the figure. This transformation sucks. It sucks. It is not good. Flip the head back. And once you do that, these should peg in, but the pegs broke off years ago. So there's that. Flip him back like that, and now you're getting ready to do the fun stuff. For the arms, you're going to want to take the left arm with the black piece on it, and you're going to want to make sure that it goes in to that slot, like so. And you're going to take the other arm, which has the terrible piece on it, and put that on top of that one, and then the arm will peg in. And I popped it off. It's just not gonna stay on. It will not stay on during the transformation. I'm telling you that right now. This thing will not stay on, ever. It will never stay on. It never will. So you're going to come to the crotch here, and you're going to flip the crotch forward like that, and that's going to unpeg the legs. Fold the legs forward like so. And you're going to flip the crotch panels forward. And you're going to do the same thing again. I'm going to click the leg once. Once. Exactly once. And then you're going to take the crotch and you're going to just kind of push it forward. And it should kind of peg in. And I do mean kind of peg in. And I'm going to get the legs into position there. And the cockpit's supposed to peg onto the legs, but it just doesn't. It hates doing it, so I only peg it into the one peg. Flip up his bits on the back, the tail fins, and make sure everything's situated. And now for the guns. This is not pegged in, as you can see. So the guns, they do have storage, which is right here. So you just fold that one up. That one goes in really easy. This one here is a bit more complicated. This one here I couldn't figure out how to get in for, like, forever. I did not know how this thing would go in at all. but it just kind of pegs in there. It's a lot looser than the other one. The other one actually has like a straight up easy fit. This one does not. This one has to line up with those little slots there. And I gotta... You just kind of gotta figure it out eventually. It's not fun. Not a fun way of weapon storage, I'll tell you that right now. And it's just gonna fall out if you can't get it right. It is annoying, but I do want to get it on camera because of how annoying it is. It's not easy. And there we go. There's Blaster's alt form, and it's certainly a spaceship, and it looks cool. I'll give it that. And I mean, getting there isn't fun. This piece is still gonna annoy the it's gonna annoy me. It's just gonna annoy me. It's not going to stay on. As you can see, preface, there's these two pegs here. They're supposed to go into two slots here, but they don't. They just won't go in because the legs have to go on a certain angle. And they just won't. And then you have this, which doesn't peg on, which is annoying. They also have a nice little seat sculpted in there, which is nice. I like that they sculpted a seat, but who's flying this thing? Like I said, oh, did I actually do it? I think I actually got it to peg on. Okay, that's impressive. That's never happened before. Of course, everything likes to work on camera, because it does. And once again, we're at the underside of the alt mode because this fell off. Again. There we go. That should not come out this time. I mean, the alt mode looks good. I think it looks cool. You can kind of fold these however you want, but... it looks nice. I like the paint on it. A lot of dust, which is accenting the details, ironically. But, God, the back end's a mess, isn't it? It has the Planet Key port, which, of course, is like a bombing feature. Ta-da! Okay, that's nice. At least they did that. Also, his head's completely visible. You can rotate it. That's about all you can do for it, though. Other than that, though, this thing's just kind of an alright thing. It has the Autobot logos. It looks nice. It looks fine. It looks fine. So let's just get to my thoughts on him. So my thoughts on Blaster here. He's alright. He's just alright. He's not good at all in a lot of ways. The robot mode sucks. The alt mode looks cool. This bit sucks. It's just, I'm leaving it off. There's no point of it. This figure's just not good. It isn't that good. It never was. It's never been a good figure. Because you look back at Cybertron, and there's a lot of good ones. But this guy is certainly not one of them. And I guarantee you Soundwave isn't either. Because Soundwave's the exact same mold. So if you've been thinking about getting this guy, unless you're like a massive Soundwave fan or Blaster fan, I would not recommend this thing at all. If you ever seen it, unless it was like really cheap and also was complete, because this thing is not easy to have complete. I don't think, because really it's just going to be missing that one bit on the arm probably every time you see it. I just don't recommend it fully. Like, if you got them for like $10 maybe, and it was complete, or at least had the cockpit piece, yeah, I'd recommend it. But other than that, this guy kind of just sucks. And I've done the RC review, which I said that figure sucks as well. And I think, what did I give that figure? Did I give it a 2 or a 1.5? I don't remember. This guy is getting a 2, flat out. He just is. He's not fun. And I care more about the robot mode than the alt modes, usually. So, in that case of the alt mode looks nice. But, again, I don't usually put them in this guy. This guy, or put them in the alt modes. It's just not how I do it. It just isn't. And, I mean, he's just fine, right? He's just fine. So yeah, this has been my review of Universe Voyager Class Blaster, my back-to-back review of Blaster. I don't know why I did back-to-back Blaster, but okay. Yeah, also, before I go, I want to thank you guys for the 60-ish subscribers. It's a bit more than 60. I'm not sure how many it is. I didn't even say thank you for 50. We kind of went past that mark pretty quick, and I do appreciate that. And, yeah. Also, yes, I did see the Rise of the Beast trailer, and it looks great. Yeah, so this has been the review of Universe Blaster. Thank you for watching. This has been Eilt, Eilt Elite, signing out.